You're about to watch a narrative writing lesson in a first grade classroom at the beginning of the school year. All right, first graders, well, welcome to first grade here at Liberty Ridge. This today is going to be your first writer's workshop lesson of first grade, and it will remind you already of some of the things you did in kindergarten. In fact, that's kind of how I want to start today. I want to review some of the steps that you did in kindergarten during your writer's workshop time. So by the end of today's lesson, see if you can remember the order of what you do when you write a story about something that happened in your life. Okay? Maybe you'll remember this. The very first step to writer's workshop is to think of a story idea. And you know what, first graders? It's a good idea to think of more than one story idea, because sometimes ideas don't have a lot of meat to them. They don't have a lot that you can write about. So if you think of 3 or 4, you can pick the best story idea. Now, I already thought a little bit about what I might want to write about today. And I was thinking, my goodness, I just went to the school carnival. That might be something I could write about. And even how I kind of ran the cakewalk. That might be something fun to do. I could also do that my friend and I had hot dogs that same day. So as soon as we were done with the carnival, we went to her house and we had hot dogs with my son. Let's see, the other thing I was thinking that would be interesting to do would be that I went bowling with my son, Nick. And guess what? I remember that very well because I kept getting gutter balls, which is really frustrating if you've ever had that experience. So you know, as I talk, I don't know if you can tell, but the one I have the most emotion about is when I went bowling and I kept getting those gutter balls. I think that's what I'm going to write about. My bowling experience with my son Nick and all the gutter balls I got. Talk quickly with your partner. What is the first step of the writing process? Go quickly.
Thanks.
Good. Nice job pairing up, everybody, and put your hands down. My next step, now that I've got my idea, is I want to draw my picture. So I'm going to draw the bowling alley, and I think there are 10 pins. Something like that. And over here, I definitely need to draw those gutters because that's where my ball kept going, unfortunately. And then here's me. And every time I would roll that ball, it would find its way over to the gutter, which made me really super frustrated. All right, there we go. Talk quickly with your partner. What are the first 2 steps of the writing process? Oh, I think I heard them. Nice job, everybody. You can put your hands down. Now, before I can actually do the writing part for Writer's Workshop, there are 2 things I have to do before I can even write. One of them, and I see some of you smiling at my guy here with his mouth open, but it's to say, so you're going to be talking, to say and test. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have a who in my sentence and I have a what that person did. So if I look at this picture and I think to myself, my goodness, okay, so maybe a good first sentence, because I have to get myself to the bowling alley, would simply be, I went to the bowling alley. Or how about just I went bowling? Maybe I'll say that. I went bowling, and then I can talk about all those gutter balls. So maybe I want to just start by I went bowling. So now let me say and test. Do I have a who? Who's in there? I'm in there. And what happened? Well, I went bowling. That's what I did. I went bowling. So that's how I say and test. Now, before I can write it, I have to clap and count. So clap and count. Okay, so I went bowling. I'm going to clap each word. You can help me. I went bowling. Now I'm going to count how many words are in that sentence. Are you ready? I went bowling. How many words?
3.
I think I can handle 3 words. So I did the 2 things, and now I can do my next step, which is, let's see if we can find it here. Here it is. My next step is writing. All right, here we go. So I went. Now, if I don't know how to spell a word, I know I can at least just stretch it and get as much as I can about the word down. So I went bowling. I'm not sure if that's right, but I don't want to interrupt anybody right now. I'm going to leave it, and maybe when I finally publish my piece, I can make sure that that word is correct, or I can ask my teacher at a later time. So that's my first sentence. I went bowling. Well, you know what? I think I need to have a second sentence, and I think I can do it because now you're in first grade, aren't you? So you can do at least 2 sentences, can't you, at the beginning of the year? Yeah. I think so. So now I need to talk about those gutter balls. So I went bowling, and maybe I want to say something about how many gutter balls I got. Maybe I'll say I got many gutter balls. I got many gutter balls, or I got a lot of gutter balls. I think I'll do I got many gutter balls. Now, if you remember, there are 2 things I need to do before I can write my sentence, say and test. I got my gutter ball, or I got many gutter balls. So who's in it? I. And what happened? Got many gutter balls, unfortunately. And now talk to your partner. What's the second thing I need to do before I write? Talk quickly with your partner. Oh, you're so smart. You're right, I need to clap and count the words before I can write them. Are you ready to help me? I got many gutter balls. Now let's count it. This sentence is longer. Are you ready? I got many gutter balls. Oh my gosh, 5 words. I think I can do it though. I got many, let's see, gutter, gutter balls. There we go. I got many gutter balls. And it matches my picture. Look at that. I went bowling, and there I am looking sad as my ball goes down the gutter. All right, so now the last step in my process is to read what I've written. I love that part because then I can celebrate what I've done. Here we go. Can you help me read? Let's do it. Here we go. I went bowling. I got many gutter balls. Nice job, everybody. Here's what I want you to do so we can conclude. When we started today, I said, I want you to really think about some of the steps in the writing process. Can you talk to your neighbor and talk about what some of those steps are, even if you don't get them all? Let's see how many you can remember, okay? Go, see if you can do it. Nice job. Did you get it? Good. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, I heard most of the steps. Good for you. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pass out a sheet to just a few of you. And then I want you to get up, the few that I handed the sheets to, and see if you can put yourselves in order. Do you think you can do it really quick to end our lesson? All right, here we go. I'm just going to hand these to a few of you. You can stay seated. And I'll hand them to those that are seated. Just stay seated, please. Nice job staying seated. Can I have those students who have a sheet come on up? And can you stand in front of your classmates right here and put yourselves in order? Do you think you can do that? Here we go. Start over here. So she's got think, okay? Oh, look at this. Oh, wonderful. How is it looking, everybody? Do you remember that there are 2 things you want to do before you write? Oh, there's Connor. He's moving. You want to do some clapping and counting before you write. So you're going to move on over and make some room for Connor. There you go. And these 2, let's do say and test before we do our clap and count, okay? So we're going to switch you, Connor. There you go. Hey, everybody, what do you think? Give me a thumbs up if this looks better. All right, nice job. Can you tell me what's the very first step? Think. How about our second step? Draw, say and test, clap and count words, write, and read. Nice job. Now, I would like you to go ahead and you can hand the sheets and take a seat. One thing I want to point out to you first graders before I leave today, I did have 2 spelling errors. I don't know if you caught them or not, but I want to point them out to you. You can take a seat. I don't want you interrupting, or you don't want to interrupt your teacher during writing time because she'll be busy conferencing with other students, right? But you can go ahead just like I did and stretch those words. Okay? The other word, so that is a W and a G on the end. The other word is gutter. It's got 2 T's in it and an ER to make that sound. All right. Nice job, first graders. I wish you luck on your writer's workshop this year in first grade. Thank you so much. You have just watched a narrative writing lesson. Hopefully you noticed the listening target, think aloud, pair, share, and debriefing by the teacher. Remember that this is just one example of a narrative writing lesson.